Hello again. Welcome back to Rock Your Block and this segment of Egyptian Secrets Wellness Zone. I'm Brynda Johnson, your holistic wellness coach, and I welcome you once again to our informative show today. And today is very interesting because you are a curious but informed audience, and we want to keep it that way by bringing you more information. And to help me do that today, this sounds really crazy because Tia Young is also a producer of Rock Your Block. She's going to assist me today in bringing you more information about holistic wellness, which is what this show is all about, and to encourage you viewers to take charge of your life, your wellness, your energy, your holistic attitude. My logo today, not my acronym, but the logo, is to be well, do well, live well. And how do you go about doing that? It's with information, and that's what we love to bring to you. And Tia is going to help me do just that. So Tia, tell us, as we are going to inform our audience more about a subject matter called Ganoderma, which is an herb, and how it pertains to health. Why do you have an interest in this?
Well, Brynda, first of all, thank you so much for allowing me to sit on the other side for a change. It's weird over here on this side. But Brynda, I'd like to go back about a year ago. A year ago, I was stressed to no end. It seemed as if my days were, instead of 24 hours, it seemed as if my days were 48 hours. I was doing so much and not feeling the best. I wouldn't say I didn't have a medical problem per se, but I just felt out of sync with myself. And so one day I took a good look in the mirror and I said to myself, "Self, you've gotten fat. You're way overweight. You're stressed out. You don't take time for yourself. You're ripping here, you're running there. I mean, you're not taking any time at all for yourself. And if you're going to run a race and run it well, you're going to have to do better." So right then and there, I made up in my mind that I was going to get healthy, and I was going to do it in a way that would be a life-changing way and not just a fad, for the next, 90 days or for the next year. I'm going to lose X number pounds of weight.
So how are you doing with that?
Well, I think I'm doing well. Actually, my sister at that time, Michelle, learned that she was gluten-free, that she needed to be gluten-free. And so she's really into this health kick and telling me I need to do this and I need to do that, and asked me to try a beverage. Now, I'm not really into coffee. I do love hot chocolate. But she gave me samples of this drink, and it's called, I'm going to give you the name of it because that's what I took. It's called Organo Gold, and it is like a holistic type of a beverage. And I said, okay, I'm just going to humor her. Now, mind you, one of the
You're good at that.
Yeah, I said, I'm just going to humor her, and I'm just going to drink a couple of cups of this stuff, and then that'll be it. Well, 6 months later, I'm still drinking that stuff. It has a product in it, and I'm not good with medical terms, so I'm going to have to, Reishi Ganoderma lucidum, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Reishi, okay, Reishi Ganoderma lucidum, okay, is a product that is in it. Well, the first thing I noticed after about maybe 45 days, that my knees weren't hurting anymore. And the way, I was like, wow, this is really something, because even if the weatherman even talks of rain, I go into almost needing a cane to get around. And that stopped hurting. I was able to bend and get back up again, and I noticed that my appetite was different. I seemed to be craving more fruits and vegetables. I had more energy, drinking more water. And I thought, well, wait a minute, what am I doing different? because to tell the truth, I had not been exercising or walking or doing any of that. A year later, I have lost about 20 pounds.
Whoa.
I'm feeling better. I'm still not off the sweets yet. That's something that's a work in progress.
Because you're addicted to
Right,
it.
that's right. And you can talk to me about that later. But that Ganoderma, whatever that is, it really works. So I called Brynda up to ask you if you would do some research. And I was going to do a little research on my own. And, you know, to bring this to the audience, what is this product? Is this for real, or is it all in my mind?
This is for real.
Is this?
This is actually
the-
Ganoderma. This is the reishi mushroom. It's an actual mushroom. And it comes 80 different varieties, Ganoderma does.
Really?
Yes, and each part of the mushroom actually has a different function. There's spores that create a different healing or acts as a medicinal healing for the body. And then you have the mycelium, which is my favorite because it stimulates the brain cells.
Oh, okay.
And it, I think that's one of your favorites too.
Yeah, that's right.
And
And I'm wondering, can I eat this? I haven't had lunch today. So
I don't
Is it
advise
something is it edible in this form, or?
Well, I could boil that and drink it as a tea. But the actual dried mushroom, this is not fresh. I had this delivered directly from China.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah, it's easily grown in the
beautiful.
Orient. Well, beauty, yes.
I think it's so decorative.
It could be. The word Ganoderma actually means bright, shiny skin. The term derma is skin, and you notice the sheen.
Yes.
So it does create, even within the body, medicinal properties that help the body to detoxify, which is one of the main reasons why you're feeling so good. In China, in the Orient period, it was considered to be a sacred herb, and only the royal were allowed to use this. If any of the servants were caught touching it, they were put to death.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
And that's because it had such strong healing properties that the royal thought they were the only ones that should benefit from such a herb. And of course, today it's spread throughout the world, so we can all benefit from the Ganoderma.
So Brynda, the shine that you see, I thought maybe this was shellac, something that was
No.
This is a natural
That's how
shine?
it grows.
That's how it shines? Wow.
That's exactly how it grows. And it is a bitter.
A little shine there.
Well, you know what I do when I do a facial for myself? It does come in different varieties, coffee, hot chocolate, which is one of my favorites
That's
as
my
well.
favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Well, it comes in nutraceuticals in capsule form, and I will open a capsule and mix it with a facial mask, and I use it on the face directly.
Wow.
So in case you hadn't thought of that, you might want to try it.
So, but would I have to order it from China? The capsules?
No,
Okay,
you
so
don't.
they're-
You can get those local.
Okay. All right. All right.
You can get those local at health food
stores,
stores and
okay.
different people who know about these products can offer that to you. And it's very beneficial in more ways than one. Actually, you could boil the Ganoderma itself, the reishi mushroom, and use it as a root stimulator for the roots to keep the hair from falling. And I just read, you've done lots of research, it looks over there, but I've found that the University of Pittsburgh and the University of, one of the other universities that specializes in wellness, they have done massive research in that they're claiming it's a cancer reducer,
Yeah, I found something on that. Keep on.
uh, a treatment for high blood pressure to balance the cholesterol in the body, diabetes, oh goodness, it goes on, because the Ganoderma itself has been known to be an adaptogen. So if you're taking it, you may not get the results that I get, and vice versa, because Ganoderma is smarter than we are.
So it adapts to whatever.
Well, it goes right into the body, and I call it a seek and search. And it has a way of finding out what's going wrong in the body, what's out of balance in the body, and it will go in to correct the challenge that one may have, which is probably why you can now bend and get up.
Yeah.
Because it's no doubt canceling out the reasons for the inflammation, which is why you were having problems with your knees. The
Okay.
inflammation in the knees, and Ganoderma says, nope, you got to go.
Well, Brynda, may I ask a couple
Oh,
of
please.
questions to you, actually?
Yeah.
I just wanted to, because I was able to pull down something, what it said on cancer. Of course, we're not doctors or any of that. We're not, I mean, this
We're
is
not
just
making
what.
claims.
Right,
This
I'm
is
not making
written.
claims. This is just what was written. But this is what it says, and I can't think of helping, I can't help thinking about my brother who passed a couple of years ago, almost 2 years ago, from prostate cancer. And of course, I didn't know about any of this at the time. But it says here, it enhances and helps regulate the immune system, prevents tumors, improving the circulation, and eliminating harmful free radicals. And then it also says it can reduce the toxic and side effects and mitigate the pains during chemotherapy and radiotherapy.
I
That's
have
interesting.
lots. I'm sorry to hear about your brother. We have lots to talk about on that matter, so keep that paper close.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we have to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll go deep into this one.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So we'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned for more information on Ganoderma.
Diabetes is a killer. After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel sick, so I didn't listen to my doctor. Then it struck. I had a heart attack, then a stroke, and I was only 49.
Most people with diabetes also have high blood pressure and cholesterol, which can cause severe heart damage. In fact, 2 out of 3 people with diabetes die from heart disease or stroke.
Don't let diabetes destroy your life.
Call for your free diabetes survival guide. Choose to live.
Welcome back, folks, to Rock Your Block in this segment of Egyptian Secrets Wellness Zone. Again, I'm Brynda Johnson, your holistic wellness coach, and we have with us today our very own producer, Tia Young. Welcome back, Tia.
Thank you. Thank you again, Brynda.
You know, we can wipe the smiles right now because we were talking about something very serious
Yeah.
before the break.
Yeah.
And of course, reishi mushroom, the Ganoderma, does stimulate the immune system. It repairs the immune system. We cannot claim that it's a healer. I mean, a cure. It doesn't cure anything, but we can claim that we have coincidences when we use Ganoderma. With your brother, well, I have to do a little background on prostate cancer. The colon is approximately 30 feet long, 28 to 30 feet long, and it really sits right above the prostate gland. Doctors never talk about preventative measures that I'm aware of. When the colon is prolapsed or it's enlarged or it's just toxic, which how can you have really a clean colon? But there is such a thing, but most Americans are not willing to go through what it takes to have a clean colon. So the the colon can actually sit on top of the prostate. Those toxins from the colon can go directly into that gland and create cancer. If they only knew something that simple, so many men could eliminate prostate cancer, but they don't talk about that.
No, and Brynda, we had an experience when Nelson was first diagnosed with prostate cancer. This is, like I said, about 6 years ago. The physician that he was going to see, the cancer specialist that he was going to see, was so booked up that it was going to be like 2.5 months before he got to see him. So in the interim, we went to a licensed holistic doctor. And she didn't really confirm or deny what he had, but she did tell him, she said, Mr. Gregory, she said, you have treated your body very badly these years, and it's speaking back to you. She said, but let's work on this. And she gave him a prescription of different types of herbs and things to take. And here's my hand. Within 2 weeks, he was looking better. He was, I mean, it was like, he even himself said that he felt great, he felt fine. And when it came time for his doctor's appointment, he went to the doctor's appointment, and he happened to tell the doctor about what he had been doing, because the doctor asked that question. And right after that, you know, the rest of the family was asked to go out of the room, and it was just the doctor and my brother alone. When my brother got home, he took everything that the holistic doctor had given him and threw it out and said that he didn't want it anymore. And he started taking heavy chemicals. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, one was 100% right over the other, but I got involved to see if I couldn't get the two other doctors to work together.
Well, the proof is in the pudding.
They wouldn't work together. I couldn't get, because I'm thinking, okay, maybe, you know, a combination of a little of something over here and then something on the other side, and together we can, you know, we can work this thing. Not at all. And I'm wondering, do you have an answer as to why it's so hard to get those two professions to work together?
It's real simple. It has to do with greed.
Don't tell me that.
I'm sorry, it's greed.
No, Brynda.
It's
Don't
simply
tell me that.
greed. If the medical doctor knew that there's so much money in health care.
That's true.
There just is a lot of money. Every time a person fills a prescription, the doctor gets a cut of that. Every time there's a surgery, the doctor gets a big cut of that. Every time a person goes to the medical doctor, the doctor gets more money.
Right.
So it's all about greed and money. They are trained to cut. No, we're not going to down the doctors.
Well, I was going to say we're not down, because Lord knows, I mean, I've been to doctors and I've been helped. But my point was that it seems that if something is proving to work and it happens to come straight from the ground, because some of the medicines that we use have come from the grounds too. They just had maybe mixed with other chemicals and all. It just seems like the two could come together.
Well, golden seal is one of those. Golden seal is an herb, and the scientists took that particular herb, dissected to find out what the active ingredients were, and then simulated those active ingredients into a synthetic chemical. That synthetic chemical today is called penicillin.
Really?
But it's derived from golden seal. Yes.
Wow.
So yes, they're very smart, clever.
Is there any little change though, maybe, with the two syncing together?
There are medical doctors that are also holistic doctors.
Okay, because we did have one on the show not so long ago.
What is it?
That
NIH is a place that has medical doctors that are also naturopathic doctors or holistic doctors.
That's encouraging.
And you have to seek them out, but they do exist.
So we have to do our homework.
Even Kaiser has acupuncturists and doctors that believe in holistic principles. You just have to find them.
You have to research it.
And they realize that these modalities can be combined to benefit the whole person and everybody. And it's just a matter of greed, in my opinion.
Right.
But they can.
Well, doctors, we love you.
Yes, we
still love you.
definitely
I mean that.
do.
But it's just that I just.
And we'll be back in an emergency.
Yeah. They'll say, I saw you on FPA, get out of my office. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's good to hear that. That makes me feel better to know that, you know, there are some changes coming about, and there are some doctors that are looking into holistic approaches.
Oh, yes.
help.
Actually, they're on the increase right now.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's really
they're out there. And they really want to help. They're waking up themselves when they have health problems. They know what the synthetic medicines will do to them. They have double-edged sword.
Right.
If I mean, that's another segment, really, because they know that the medicines can actually cause as much harm as they claim that they can do good. So that was excellent. I'm so glad you informed our audience on this area of the holistic doctor versus the other.
And I also went back and I wanted to find out what the benefits were, because I know what it did for me. And it also did something for Michelle. About maybe 6 years ago, we noticed a mole beginning to grow right in the temple area of her face. And it had gotten rather large. I mean, it was actually protruding. And I was about to tell her, Michelle, you need to go to the doctor and, you know, check out that mole because it's getting larger. And at that time, she had started with the beverages, and her favorite is the latte, the coffee latte. So she had started with that, and but I stopped short of saying anything to her. You know, I just said, well, you know, let me just wait a while. Maybe I shouldn't say anything. But then about 2 weeks later, we were talking. I think we were talking about the show, and I looked at her, and the mole was not there anymore. So I said, Michelle. She says, what? Where's that mole that was on the side of your face? She said, it's still there. I said, no, it's not. She went into the bathroom and came back. She said, it's gone.
Isn't that like
and
a
she
miracle?
got right on the computer again and started, you know, searching more about Ganoderma. Now, is that a figment of our imagination?
No.
Or, you know, what happened there?
Well, the mole is a cluster of melanocytes that have kind of bunched together, and it can either come from hereditary means or it could be a health issue. If it's a health issue, it means the immune system is weak in certain areas.
Okay.
I do remember Michelle saying that her pH balance is now normal.
Yeah.
But sometimes the Ganoderma will balance the pH because usually because of the way we eat, we have too much acid in the body.
Oh, okay.
And the Ganoderma will help neutralize that acid and create a healthy pH balance. And when that does happen, things like moles can actually fall off, disappear. Just like your inflammation in your knees
right.
just disappeared.
Right.
So that's the power and strength of this Ganoderma. The challenge we have as Americans is our eating habits, and because actually we are too cheap to eat good food. But I ask the question, what's cheaper, a knee replacement or a $2 apple?
But, well, okay, I gotta say something about that, because I go into a grocery store and I go in thinking, okay, I'm gonna just buy healthy. I'm not gonna buy any potato chips. I'm not gonna buy, I'm just gonna get fruit. And I will go and I will see an organic orange that costs $3.99 for two. And then I'll see a bag of oranges for $5. Well, I have a large family. I at least I don't think I can afford to spend $40 on 6 or 7 oranges.
But
Maybe
having
I'm-
a large family, can you afford surgery? Which is cheaper?
Well-
See, we're thinking long run, short run.
I know, but
short
it's
term.
expensive. It is expensive to eat healthy.
You know
That's
what?
what I've been finding out. It's expensive.
We're going to do another show on just that, because in the
I need
long
help
run,
there. I do. I need help there. I mean, I do the best that I can, but it's something up here that says, okay, this grape is $4.23. I know it's healthy, and you know
It's a
they say it's
mindset.
organic and all, but this bag of grapes over here is $3.99. You know, so
it's choices. It boils down to choices. And
but
how
why
much
is that? Why do we have to pay so much more to eat healthy?
it's about.
that greed
it's
too?
greed.
That's
The
greed too.
system we live in is greedy. And that's all I can say right now. But we're going to come back and do another show on just this.
Okay.
Because a lot of Americans are sick and tired of being sick. So let's show them the way.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to us. I know it's been a blast, back and forth, but we enjoyed today's show, and I hope you did too. Thank you so much, Tia, for
Thank
this
you.
discussion of the Ganoderma and how we can help one another become healthier and live a happier life. Thank you, folks, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.